How's it going, Knights? It's Monday, February 24th. Let's take a look at this week's announcements.
Hello, students. You may have heard of our show called Comp that we have on campus. This is Composition Fashion Show. It's a tradition here at Buller that goes way back. And the Composition Fashion Show 2020 is on May 8th and 9th this year. We have tryouts coming up. The tryouts have not been scheduled yet, but we will get information to you about when those are scheduled. I just want you to know that all juniors and seniors are welcome to try out as long as you have a 2.0. This is only for juniors and seniors, and you have to have a 2.0. When you're trying out, if you would wear a formal dress to formal, then you need to try out in heels. And if you would wear a tuxedo, you obviously do not need to wear heels. But when you do the auditions, we want you to dress to impress, so make sure you have some nice clothes and fix up for the judges to score you. Again, come out to the tryouts, listen to the bulletin for when those are scheduled. Thank you.
Kids Day is on Tuesday, March 10th. Volunteer signups will run through the end of the month. All student volunteers will earn 3 hours of community service. Anyone can sign up online or look for the QR codes around campus.
Now to the BSU for your Black History Fact.
Good morning, Bullard High. I'm Malik Grab, a participant in Bullard's BSU, and today I'll be introducing Mae Jemison, who was an engineer, physician, and former NASA astronaut. Throughout her time in education, she attended Stanford University on a National Achievement Scholarship and received her Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering and a BA in African and African American Studies. After attending Stanford University, she attended Cornell University Medical College and got her MD in 1981. From there, she interned at LA County University of Southern California Medical Center. She later joined the Peace Corps and became a Peace Corps medical researcher and taught medical research in Liberia and Sierra Leone, and returned to the U.S. in 1985. In October 1986, she applied for NASA's astronaut training program, but due to the Challenger accident in January in 1986, the process was delayed. She then reapplied in 1987 and was one of the 15 selected out of 2,000 applicants. June 4th, 1987, she became the first African American woman to be admitted into the NASA astronaut training program. After her training, she became the first African American female astronaut and received the title of Science Mission Specialist. She was later selected to be a part of the STS-47 mission crew. Her and her crew were then flown into space, where they spent from September 12th to September 20th in the year of 1992. While in space, she logged 190 hours, 30 minutes, and 23 seconds in space, and she orbited the Earth 127 times. During her time in space, she also researched scientific and physiological experiments.
Now, for another installment of Get to Know Your Teachers and Staff.
What is your best or your favorite joke?
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, just waved.
So one of my favorite jokes is actually in Spanish, and I don't remember it. I just remember that the very end of it was Coca-Cola.
What was your first car?
So my first car was a 2000 Ford Explorer. The problem was those Explorers were really known for rolling over, so.
It was a 1993 Toyota Tercel, and it went up in smoke because I didn't know that you had to do oil changes.
So chicken nuggets or chicken tenders?
Chicken nuggets.
I've got to go with the chicken tendies.
Ice cream, chocolate, or vanilla?
Vanilla with chocolate fudge.
The Foster Freeze Swirl, so I get best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana.
iPhone or other?
iPhone.
I go with whatever's cheaper, so probably Android.
Phone call or text?
Text.
I'm going to have to say phone call because I'm hoping that Mr. Oliver is just going to pop up over here like I said Bloody Mary 3 times.
Arrest them.
Salty or sweet?
Salty.
I've got to go with salty.
What was your dream job when you were younger?
I think I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, there you go.
Funny enough, one of my dream jobs was to be a professor, so teach at a college. The suede jacket with the patch was my go-to.
Bullard's blood drive is coming up on the 28th this Friday. We sent our Night Watch crew to get more information.
In early 1992, Jenny Eller was a catcher for Bullard High's softball team, highly recruited by Division I schools and getting ready to play her senior season for the Knights. With the start of the season about a month away, Jenny learned she had developed a very aggressive form of leukemia. So aggressive, in fact, that 1/3 of those diagnosed had only a 30-day survival rate. But Jenny was a competitor and not afraid of a challenge.
So she set her goal to be back by the league championship series, and by golly, she made that.
She made it through brutal rounds of chemo and came back to play in time to help her team win. Jenny's treatment prevented her body from producing its own blood cells, and so she depended upon transfusions twice a week to stay alive during her chemotherapy. She would end up using literally hundreds of pints of blood from donors.
She really wanted to give back to the community. She wanted people to understand the importance of giving blood. You know, Jennifer was very grateful for blood donors because she knew they were keeping her alive. So she readily agreed to volunteer, to do commercials, to speak, to go to service organizations, to churches, to high schools, whatever she could do to relay her passion about why people should give blood and how blood donors were literally keeping her alive from day to day. She thought that was an important message, and I think she really felt then that that was her life mission, that that's what she had been called to do in her short, young life.
For 4 years, Jenny was the official spokesperson for the Central California Blood Center. Then in October of 1995, Jenny was admitted to Valley Children's Hospital for what would be her last hospital stay. The doctor said she would probably slip away within 24 hours. By 10:30 the next evening, she was gone.
About an hour before she died, she was still conscious. We were still communicating, and I promised her that I would carry on her work.
Dean Eller went on to become the president and CEO of the Central California Blood Center, turning around what was then the blood center's deficit to instead having enough blood to export 500 to 1,000 pints every month to other centers in need. He was also able to raise enough funds to build a brand new blood center to help store and process all of this increased blood supply. When it opened, the Jenny Eller Donor Center on Herndon and Blythe was completely debt-free and given back to the community that had so generously supported it. Bullard's Blood Drive is this Friday. Please consider donating blood if you are at least 16 years old and help to carry on the important work that Bullard alumnus Jenny Eller and her dad began over 25 years ago.
Now to Kelly in the Sports Corner.
How's it going, Knights? Let's take a look at sports this week. Now for this week's installment of BSPN.
I'm here with some dive team members.
I'm Abby.
I'm Gabrielle.
And what do you guys, what does dive do? Can you give us some information about dive?
So we use these boards and we flip off of them in cool different ways and you try to look pretty.
What is it about dive that you guys like doing?
I really like learning new things because it's just a new way to learn. It's kind of just throwing yourself into doing something different. There's no real way to practice it. So it's just really fun to just try stuff out.
Yeah, it's kind of like a unique sport and it's kind of scary, so you kind of get over your fears and stuff, so it's pretty interesting.
What are you guys looking forward to this season?
I love all the big meets because you get to meet a lot of different people from different schools and it's really fun.
Yeah, I just like hanging out with the team and motivating each other on different dives that are scary and stuff. So.
In practice, what type of flips have you guys been practicing?
I've been practicing a lot of doubles and my twisters lately because those are the stuff that gets you the most points during meets.
Yeah, I've been doing reverses and twisters a lot, so.
And then, so when are you guys' meets?
There usually is at least one every week and they alternate days between a Wednesday or a Friday. So that's mainly when they are.
Yeah.
Come out and support.
I'm here with members of the swim team.
What's up? I'm Nick Maroquin.
Grigor Cherpagosian.
And so what is it about swim that you guys find enjoyable?
Oh, it's easy. I just love being in water, and straight up, for me, it's just the pain that you get put through. They try to train you to drain your battery, but in here with our teachers and our coaches, we're tired, yeah, but our batteries, we could go a long time if you ignore the pain.
It's having fun with the teammates and going to all the events and just having fun in general.
How long have you guys been swimming?
This is my first year. Yeah.
Second year.
And last year, how did you do?
I did okay. I was on JV. I didn't do that well, but I still worked hard.
Dive meets and swim meets are on the same day. So if you guys would like to come support our lovely swimmers and divers, it'd be wonderful. Thank you guys.
You too, man. Thank you.
Now back to Frog and Toad in the newsroom. Thanks, Kelly. Have a great rest of your week, Knights.
And remember to stay psyched.